Hey, it's Kyle. In the middle of my journey of meditating 2 hours a day and making a year of daily videos. And tonight, something pretty awesome and profound has come up that I think will help make things really understandable for people and also help people understand the way that I meditate in a way that it's really freeing for me and is not controlling. And it just kind of brings a different element into your life. When we are asking questions like, how do I do this? Or what's the right way to do this? Okay, that is us in our childhood trying to make sure we don't get hurt, whether it be hurt through abandonment or hurt through, being yelled at or hit. We've all created a safety mechanism in our mind that has become the way that we see the world. And it's shown up from learning that, there's times where we could do something wrong and our parents can get mad at us or walk out, or our mind just thinks, even when they were just going away for 10 minutes sometimes, that you're abandoned. And what happens is we actually stop hearing what our intuition wants and start creating this false identity that's up here. And always, there's also in your chest, in your heart, and this sounds corny, and I don't mean it in you follow your heart. I mean, literally, if you actually sit and feel your heart, you will notice that that actually has all these answers right here. So if you have a question, it's in your mind, right? And it's your fear usually asking the question. The question, how do I, implies there's a right or wrong way to do something. And what that means is it's right if you got a result, if someone loves you, and you're only chasing that love because you don't understand that you're already loved. And you can feel that if you actually feel in your heart. Now, if your mind goes, I don't know how to feel that, okay, it's trying to do it the right way so that it can get love when you already are. And it might take doing it in a different way than you're used to, which is not something that you go achieve, but it's what you already are. The heart's here the entire time. So what I really want to get across is, if you're in your head, that's the childhood version of you. If you're in your heart, that's you now. Now, you're really the space where all of these things are in, but we're just going to keep it down to these two for right now. Now, this is crazy because if you choose to actually, you're suffering, you have a question, you're trying to get love from someone, maybe you want to get love from an ex, or you feel avoided, or you feel not seen, okay. The actual problem is you're not seeing yourself. It's the childhood you that doesn't feel seen. And really, you'll never be fulfilled getting that seen by someone else, because the real core issue is you're not seen by yourself. So if you want to feel the thing that you're trying to get from someone else, you want to feel fulfilled with that relationship, you want to get love, you think that your wiring is when you finally get enough money that you're loved, because maybe your parents only think that what you're worth is what you make. I understand that people have different things like that. If you achieve, you'll be amazing like your dad. So you start to learn, okay, achieve and then I'll get love. That's childhood thing that doesn't understand that it's already love. So I got to achieve. So if you close your eyes and you actually notice the questions that come up, like if you close your eyes and you just sit for a second, and if you want, actually do this for a second, and notice the panic that shows up in your head. Like if you just sit, it's going to go, okay, how long are we doing this? Or, is he really going to make us do this? Or, whatever. I don't know that I can do this. Now, it's not that you can't do this, it's that you might not have ever done it. So your mind goes, this is new, I don't know what it is, it's danger. So your mind is just trying to keep you safe and alive. When you have those thoughts, instead of like trying to fix the circumstance outside, go to your actual feeling of your heart. Like, let yourself fall into your heart and watch it actually almost like be a space of love for the painful thoughts to fall into, to get that they're fine. And the second that they really feel heard or accepted by you, they will finally free themselves. They'll go away. So if you sit here and you go, okay, I didn't feel seen today, or I didn't feel loved, or how can I get that person, whatever. If you have a question like that, how can I get that person to love me? Okay, if you have that come up, whatever your question is, I don't know how to do this, I don't think I'm doing it right, I might do this, I'm scared of this, I don't know, whatever the question is, let yourself come up with any question, and then ask your heart, like, watch as this thing asks this thing, and then pay attention to your heart, and will always give you something like, you're seen, you're loved, I care for you, it's okay, forgive yourself. That's always the kind of stuff that the heart's going to answer. It doesn't ever panic. It doesn't go, you're right. Your heart is something that luckily you don't control. Your heart is controlled by something else. Your mind, your ego runs, right? You can actually consciously think different things. Your mind is this. Your heart is run by something else. Something else is running your heart. So imagine if the childhood you is up here and that the heart is what you actually are. And as you meditate each day, you practice more and more moving from a place of being in your heart, so that you don't have nearly as many questions, because you're always just the heart in this moment. And the questions barely come up if you just accidentally think that you are that past thing. And those come up so that you can love it, so that the pain from your past can be released and leave. So that's why this stuff comes up. If you're feeling, if you're in resistance to the idea of you being abandoned in your childhood, and you're making all these decisions so that you don't get abandoned again, you need your heart to go, I see you, I love you, I'm never going to leave you, whatever, so that it can finally feel looked at and heard, and in that being heard, it will leave. So if you really sit for a while, and you sit for like an hour, and right away your mind goes, I can't do an hour. Childhood you talking. Your heart goes, we're right here. We can, hey, whatever. You're loved, right? It's always there. But if you actually choose to do this, you will end up freeing yourself of childhood issues that have become falsely your identity. And then you'll be free to be a space of love for other people, so that their stuff can come up and you can look at them from their heart and respond to them and help them get into their heart. And we can all start self-releasing stuff versus being and looking for addictions and being other people's addictions, so that no one's really looking at the real issue. If we do this, we will lose our addictions, we'll lose our anxieties, we'll lose our pain, and by lose our pain, I mean we will lose our resistance to ourselves, but we'll cry, we'll be in joy, and we'll feel the guidance that's trying to come through, that wants to create and play and do new things. So that's the two yous, and our job is to switch from being identified with this to being identified with this, and being a space of love for this childhood to resolve itself and become one with this. So have a good night.